Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Are y'all sick of me? Are y'all sick of me right now? Because I know y'all been seeing me like every day, but I love y'all anyhow. I love you anyhow. Yes, it is me, Michelle Green with Kingdom Builders Business University, coming to you again live for another day of Kingdom Builders Business University graduation week. Hello! Woo! Yes, yes, yes. So if this is your first time watching, listen, what we offer is a business university, a school for the entrepreneur that is trying to do business by themselves. You don't have to do that. You can come right on in to KBBU and we will assist you from beginning to end. Right, AJ?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. So today we wanted to do a little bit something different for this session. I wanted to honor our first generation coach. He is a kingdom coach. Everything that I teach, he is right there listening. And this is Mr. Alvin Haley Jr. with Haley Enterprises. Everybody, welcome him. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Woo! Yes, yes,
Michelle, thank you,
yes.
thank you, thank you for allowing me to kind of be on your platform, for me to kind of come into your world. But it's definitely been a pleasure, and I can't wait to get started.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Listen, this is like the other part of my brain right here. This guy is awesome. His mind, every time we start talking, it's just like our minds just start triggering. It's an explosion that takes place, right? Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
let's tell the audience about, how everything started.
Yeah. Well, first of all, everyone that doesn't know me, my name is Alvin Haley Jr. I am the owner and founder of Haley Enterprises LLC, where our goal and our mission is to excavate and deploy the entrepreneur inside of you. And I know you're probably thinking, AJ, what in the world do all these words mean? Well, number one, when you look up the definition of excavate, it means to remove earth carefully and systematically from an area in order to find its buried remains. And that's our goal. Our goal is to find those hidden gems inside of you that you might not know about. Some people might call it assignment, some people might call it purpose, but through the proper communication, that our goal is to help assist you to pull that out of you. So that's a little bit about what we do. But just me personally, I'm a dad of three beautiful kids, Julian, Jaslyn, and Jayla. Ranges from age 14 all the way down to 5. Been married to my beautiful wife for 17 years
Woo!
now.
Shout out
Yes, yes.
Stephanie. Woo-hoo!
Yes, yes, yes. She is definitely the CFO of Haley Enterprises as a whole, from the business standpoint and from the family standpoint as well too. So I'm just happy to be here, and hopefully, I'm here to serve you all. So however I can help, I'm definitely here to assist.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you got started. Were you always an entrepreneur from birth?
Oh man, it feels that way. It was weird because I grew up, Michelle, and that's a great question. I grew up in a pretty good town. My mom and dad were in my family. I didn't have a tough upbringing. And if I did, my parents did a good job for me not kind of knowing that. I grew up, basketball was kind of my passion. I
Okay.
wanted to, I played soccer a little bit, but when I was around that age, my biggest thing was, man, I'm gonna go off and be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You
Hey.
know how those ideas are. So I didn't have a sense of entrepreneurship, but it always had been embedded into me in my life. My grandmother was an entrepreneur on both sides of my family.
Wow.
Most of
Wow.
my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she had owned a beauty salon. She had owned a foster care center. She had owned a daycare
Wow.
center. But I didn't know all of these things until I was like, man, where did I get this from? So
Right.
having those conversations with you and the answers that the way that you have KBBU set up it allows us to kind of dig deep and and find the source of a lot of things. So I didn't always have that entrepreneurial spirit. It didn't come around to maybe my mid-20s.
All
I got
right.
into Kirby home care systems. I started selling Kirby home care systems. I did well
Cool.
at that, and it kind of got to the point where I could see a business because the way it was set up, it kind of had like a little back end business on there. But man, I did not know
Yeah.
what I was doing, not at all.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I
Wow.
never had that entrepreneurial. I've always, I've had that entrepreneurial spirit, but structuring it the right way is what I definitely needed, and KBBU's definitely helped me with the structuring part.
Yes, yes. So I remember when we first met, I was just looking for, actually, I was led to come to a particular store where you were working.
Right,
And then all of a sudden we connected and it just kind of took off from there because you asked me about credit and,
right,
all of these different things. And I ended up opening up an account at the place where you were working. And
right.
we just kind of went from there on the whole credit plane, talking
Hmm.
about credit and finances and budgeting and all of these different things. So that's where it kind of started. And then in 2018, I
Hmm.
actually opened up the KBBU course, but we didn't know that it was Kingdom Builders Business University
That's
at the
right.
time. We were just like, okay, there's a
Hmm.
lot of entrepreneurs that are coming to us and asking questions about how to do business. And being that I've been in business since I was what, 19. That's right, everyone. Been in business since I was
19.
19 years old. And if some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't, but it's been about what, 25 to 30 years in business. So I knew a lot of things that I didn't know that I knew. And
Right.
then when you came along, it was like, okay, I gotta give this dude everything that I got as far as entrepreneurship, understanding, teaching you about how to open your business, and then became the official KBBU in 2020. So
Right.
let's talk about how that whole experience was for you when you first started that first term of
Hmm.
KBBU. What
Well,
was
the
that like, man?
the first term was a term of KBBU because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm about what, the 4 years, three,
At
four
least this four
semester.
years, yes, fourth
Yeah.
term,
So
yes.
so yes, like when Michelle came into this particular establishment that I was working at the time, she came in and me, she was doing her thing, helping people out, structuring certain things because it's just so happened that this um um place offered financing that could actually help people build their credit. And like anything
Hmm.
else, you're not just going to throw anything out there without kind of doing it yourself. I didn't know all this
Exactly.
at first. I didn't know all of this. I'm just like, I'm trying to get to the money. Hey, come on in, come on. Hey, this and this and that. But we started talking, and I saw that it was a credit application that came back with one of our highest limits, of course, and it was just like uh, credit repair. Well, I do a little bit of credit repair, but I was doing credit repair from a totally different angle. And with knowing that Michelle did that and wanted me to know more, so we did wind up connecting.
Hmm.
But my mindset was not the same year one versus where I am now. It was completely different. And Michelle has evolved as a coach, as a mentor,
Yes.
not just a coach, but a mentor, as well. Because like year one, I got 4, 5 thick notebooks. We'd be on the phone 3, 4 hours at a time, and she was just pouring, pouring, pouring. But it was just like
Yes.
I just wanted to, she was giving me meat, and I wasn't ready for it.
True.
I was
That is so
not
true.
ready at all for all
That's
that she
right.
was. Come on, eat it, eat it, eat it. But I wasn't ready for it at the time. And the reason why is because yes, I had knowledge, yes, I had information, but I didn't have that application. I wasn't able to apply it until I started applying it. I was able to digest that meat a lot better and
Yeah.
gain a bigger and stronger appetite in the end. So it's been a great transition year one up until now, and no telling where we're gonna be next year and the year after that,
Woo, I'm telling
on
you.
till forever. So yes, it's been a heck of a ride.
Yes, it has. It has. So you kind of gave a prerequisite of, that entrepreneur that thinks that they're ready for
Hmm.
the meat. They think that they're
Right.
ready for that next tier. They think that they're ready for to be like a Bill Gates or Oprah Winfrey in the
Hmm.
industry that they are doing business. But when you're given that opportunity, if you're not in the right place, if you're not ready, if you're not prepared, then guess what? You're going to choke on the meat. And that's what happened with AJ. So we
Yep.
were we were connected, but then at the same time we kind of like, drifted off of,
Hmm.
kind of went our own separate ways for a temporary period of time, and then we came back. you
Right.
know, I still had, I still was willing to give you the meat, but I understood after you came back that it was just too much that I started out with.
Right.
So,
Right.
as an entrepreneur, guys, you got to think about, where are you in the game? You have
Hmm.
to be met wherever you are. You can't just precede the levels. There is a step by step process in entrepreneurship and in life, period.
Right.
So, just take that advice and go run with it.
Absolutely.
Stay at the level. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
And I wanted to add, you have to understand that, because no matter what level you are at, I'm pretty sure folks like, Jay-Z and Oprah and all, they probably got mentors or had some type of mentorship at the
Yes.
time, someone to help bring them up. So don't look at it selfishly, or, that's when you allow the ego to kind of come into play. These are things that are needed. It's not, it's not good to be alone, but it's good to be all in one. You have to be able to reach out and know that you might need that help in this particular area or not. And definitely, Michelle, you've been there to assist me along the way. So thank you,
I
thank you.
appreciate that. You are most welcome. You're most welcome. So
Right.
let's get into the actual classes. What
Yes.
was business setup like for you when you first started the original
Hmm.
KBBU in 2020? Now we did this in 2018, but we
Right.
did like a in person, and we found that a lot of entrepreneurs couldn't actually come to class because it was the middle of the day and they had
Hmm.
to come to the office. And I believe you did a couple of sessions virtually. But
Hmm.
then after that took place and COVID hit and we went all virtual, it was just a whole different ball game altogether. It was just a whole different experience.
It
And
was.
so with that, what did you get from the original KBBU virtual course?
Oh man, it was another way of access, because we all are busy as individuals in some shape, form, or fashion. You have to agree, Michelle, COVID put a lot of business owners, like, it scared a lot of people away, but it also opened up a lot of people's eyes to the
Yes.
possibilities. Because around that time, people was getting their PPPs. They was just
Yeah.
like, "Look at what I got to do to get this money. Just start a
Right.
business." So I
Right.
believe a lot of people also, they kind of went in it the wrong way, with not knowing everything that is really involved with running and managing and organizing a business. So
Exactly.
2018, it was just like, yeah, I kind of want a business, but I'll get to it when I can. And
Mm,
then COVID kind of came around, and people started losing jobs. People started going through
mhm.
all this thing, and people started thinking like, I got to do something, you know. So
Exactly.
it kind of it sped up that timeline for a lot of people to really get their business going, and for the select few, the ones that wanted to get it, well, a lot of people, the ones that wanted to get it done right. Some people wanted to get it
Yes.
done right, and some people just wanted the right now, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
um so there was definitely a transition, but I was thankful for that access when KBBU did finally go virtual, when we were able to kind of like look at the classes like in a online type of atmosphere, to kind of have a group setting around people
Yes.
so we can kind of collaborate. I believe it just took it to the next level. We started KBBU. We planted the idea, and it in KBBU even our Facebook group. Within a day, we almost had like 200 members. It just took off,
Yes.
and so it was
Yes.
that realization, like, man, I'm not the only one. It's a lot of people that need this. And I know it's got
Right.
me to where I've gotten to so far. I know it can help
Hey.
other people as well. So 2018 up into 2020 has really been a transition, but I think it's for the best because it really has started a lot of entrepreneurs to kind of
Mm-hmm.
tap into, what they feel is their purpose and assignment.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, is there any takeaways from business setup that you would like to share with the audience?
Yeah, business setup. Listen, without giving away too many jewels or anything like
Right.
that,
Right.
listen, you better go in with a plan. That's all I have to say because I've been the one like, let me just start a business real quick. I know how to do the marketing because I used to do graphics. I did
Right.
graphics, and I was like,
That's
yeah, I
right.
do.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do graphics real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Throw up a business. It looked good on the outside, but on the inside, all chaos was going on because it
Mm.
wasn't structured right. So the only way you're able to do that is if you properly plan. So business setup allowed me to see how business is actually supposed to be planned properly and how to build that solid foundation. I know it sounds cliche about building a foundation, but it's so important and so vital to have that proper foundation in your own personal life. It's just you, but especially in business as well. So making a plan, right now, the simple business plan, you know, come on now, you know,
Right.
a simple business plan, but KBBU allowed us, okay, these are the parts of your business plan. We talked about having those ideas in the junk drawer that just fills it up. So KBBU in week one business setup, it was such an easy way to get these ideas out into a template that's easy and recognizable. And unbeknownst to me, was once you go from business setup all the way to business marketing, it's the same stuff, but you have to have the right foundation. If not, you're just scrambling all over the place. So that's what I would say the
Right.
biggest thing that I got from business setup.
And I agree, even though I'm teaching the course and everything, and then you're helping to train and whatnot,
Mhm.
it's still like every term of business setup, even though it's the same material, building those layers upon layers never change. It's kind of
Never.
like God's kingdom and how he has built his kingdom. It's consistent across the board. So it's always going to be the same no matter what angle you turn the perspective. So, yeah, that is exactly how I see the business setup. Because teaching it, I have a lot of fun teaching it, but
Mhm.
it's still the same material, just being layered on top of each other. And
Absolutely.
that plan, like you said, that business plan. A lot of people are going into business and they don't have a business plan. They don't even know who would even help them to, put the business plan together without paying thousands and thousands of dollars. But
Right.
within KBBU, we actually allow them to do the business plan within the actual course. So you're literally walking through step by step of a business plan so that by the time we get to the end, you have your entire business plan set up.
Absolutely. And it's beautiful because even within the community, we have people who can help you with business plans as well too. Not just
Exactly.
you. So that's the beauty of it because we're all businesses, or we
Yes.
get in there and we know it's going to be structured right. Granted that you take the proper action to do it. So but once again, going back to like even you walking into that establishment that day, you have to know that it works. You have to know what you're doing first. So it's good to go through the steps yourself. And then you might, reach out to one of your fellow classmates to kind of clean it up a little bit more, to use the proper language a little bit more. So
Yes,
um
yes.
it's definitely beneficial. But some people, they got to think, nah, you don't need a business plan. But listen, you got to go back to to the original source with a lot of things and understand why they call it kingdom builders. You have to look at your business
Yes.
like a kingdom, and it works. It just works.
It
Why you
does.
trying? Everybody know the wheel works. Why you trying to reinvent something that you
It's,
know that works, but you find out that
yes.
happens a lot of times in business. People try to reinvent something that's already a principle and that's in place. And
That
I
was
think that's
here
what
before.
it was like. It was here before. Absolutely.
Hmm. Yes, yes. So moving from business setup that
Mm-hmm.
first term into business credit,
Mm-hmm.
from business credit when you first started versus business credit from the previous term that's graduating now. What do
Right.
you think about that? What are your thoughts?
Listen, when I first, that was a big reason that I was linking up with you. I was just like, man, I just need, okay, I got these people, because before I did all of this, we did credit card
Mm-hmm.
sequencing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what credit card sequencing is, reach out to us. Come on over to the group, and that's something that we can discuss in more details. But with credit card sequences, you're getting these credit cards, these certain credit cards, but your credit got to be right. So that was a
Right.
step I needed to do. And then I started thinking, I was like, oh man, when you get in business credit, that's where the real money comes, because you can 10x everything. But I'm going into it with the wrong mindset. This is like when I first started kind of business credit.
Mm-hmm.
Versus now, you realize that it is a process. It is about that diplomatic corpse type of thing that we kind of talked about. It is about having these relationships and nurturing these relationships with these different people, with these different businesses, with these different vendors. And how do they know if you're a good person or not? Well, guess what? They're going to look at your paperwork. Okay, who have they done business with before? We talk about,
Boom.
who have they done business with before? How did they pay them back? Ooh, well, they don't like to pay this back a
Ooh.
lot. People don't think about those things. They just like
Yeah.
to go get the quick money, or get the quick grant money, or get the. And so when I went into business credit first, it was just like, well, let me see how I can get it real as fast as possible. Um, but not thinking about how can I use this to actually, build my kingdom and also serve others as well. So now that's like on the forefront of my mind. I realize it's just a resource.
Yes.
It's not the source of your whole business. It's just a resource that just happens to be given. So KBBU kind of peeled back the cloth and allowed me to see that now versus when I first started. So thank goodness for
Awesome.
business credit.
And
Man,
in that business course, we break down taxes and insurance and your
right.
investing. And a lot of
Mhm,
people don't understand that as a business owner, you have to invest. You have to invest into your own company. And I don't
mhm.
understand, like that's if we are investing into ourselves, personally, then why wouldn't you need to invest in your business? Do you not want your business to be around forever? Do you not want your business to grow and change and be able to expand? Like those are just the elementary things that we cover when it comes to business setup and business
Absolutely.
credit. Yes, yes, it
Yes,
is.
and you talk about investing. See, it's one thing we talked about in week one were certain laws, especially when it came to taxes and everything. And
Yes.
the thing about it is, you just say a lot of people, they're not willing to invest in a business, or people are just invest too much in a business and they don't invest in themselves. You have to understand
Exactly.
organization, who comes first. So
Right.
with KBBU, even from week one, from the jump, establishing those boundaries and that guideline to where the source of what KBBU really is very important, because once you're able to understand that part of it, everything else is just a lot clearer. And sometimes it might take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to go through it, but you can't unsee something that you've seen. So
Woo, that's so
KBBU has
rich.
really exposed a lot of things in my personal life and business life that I just can't unsee no more.
Amen. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes. So going right into the next course, which is
Mhm,
business management.
mhm.
A lot of people think, well, if I got business management down pat, I ain't got to worry about nothing else. But is that true? Or can you give us some secrets that you learned from the business management course altogether?
Oh man, well, management is definitely key, and I think a lot of times when we hear the word management, we often drift back to like a job situation. We often go back
Mm,
to, man, my manager getting on my nerves. They this and this and that. I don't want to do that. Man, I do this all
yes.
by myself. But it is such a vital asset, a tool. It's like a must. It's like
Hmm.
the whole reason you start your business is to properly manage it correctly, to properly structure it correctly. The whole reason without management, it's going to crumble.
It is.
We even with okay, here's a quick jewel. Okay, Michelle won't get mad at me because it's taken out of one of the classes.
Go ahead,
But
man.
think about just the word management in the first
Hmm.
place.
Hmm.
Man, age, it. You just said you want it to go on forever. So how are you
Exactly.
managing it? How is it going to age properly? Even scripturally, if you want to use that as a resource, or or you people might read Napoleon Hill, or they might read all these different resources, but even going back to a reference, even the Bible, it says that God didn't even allow rain to drop on the earth until he had management in place.
Exactly.
So even if you take it back then, it's like, okay, I need to learn this management thing. So what is management? So management is literally properly looking, maintaining, looking over something that's not yours
Not
necessarily.
yours.
You have to know where you get it from. So and just maximizing it to its full potential. We give the full breakdown definition in KBBU, but
Yes, we do.
how are you managing your life? I mean, how are you managing your household? How are you managing your business? Are things that you seriously need to ask, and you can't do it by yourself. Management involves delegating those different components of your business, that if you don't, yes, they are components to
That's
a
right.
business. If you do not understand those different components, how are you going to manage it? If
That's
you don't
right.
know how to put people in the right place, and business wise, you might bring on the wrong subcontractor.
That part.
You might bring
Come
on the
on.
wrong 1099. But ultimately it's
Exactly.
yours. How are you managing it? So KBB, you open my eyes to see, to you have to really listen and communicate with people the right way to see if they're a good fit for your business. Because
Hmm.
what might be a good fit might work for one management team, but not the other management team. So it's
Mm-mm.
very, very good to have that communication, and management is what really elevates your business into the stratosphere.
That's it. That's it. And let's talk about this thing that you love, the marketing piece. The marketing piece.
Listen, man, marketing is a very is can be very confusing at times, because a lot of people, they start the process backwards. They want to go out and throw their stuff out there and not
Come
have a
on
plan.
now. Say
So
it.
with KBBU, even the order that Michelle just, if you go back and look at this recording, because you might have to listen to this several times, because
Right.
one of the components um uh in one of the components is in a business is communication.
Mm-hmm.
And with marketing, you're literally communicating your messages out to the marketplace. But even though you go into some type of market, you don't want to adapt all of that market's, because we're fishermen. Let's get that straight. We got a broad net. Sometimes we got to throw it out there and see what
Yes,
we get. You have to be fishermen of men if you're going back
that's it.
scripturally. But when you're marketing and you're going out there, you still have to communicate in a language that is still in accordance with your morals, your principles, with your character and everything like that, but in a way that maybe someone else that's not in line with your same morals, your same character, you have to communicate it in a way that they can understand it. So how do you do that? You have to communicate
Mm-hmm.
it in a way that the market is able to understand, but we still have our own language within your own business and organization too. That's what makes you special. That's what causes influence. These are all things you hear in marketing. Think about it. You
Exactly.
know, what type of influence do you have on a market? What type of impact do you have on a market? You know, you go on TikTok or something right now, what people talking about? I want to be an influencer. You have to listen to these
Right.
words and where they really come from. And just like the business setup part, from that part, you always have to go back to the original source of everything. You always have to seek ye first the kingdom of God, if you look at it from a
Yes.
reference from the Bible standpoint. But that will lay a foundation of how to market. How did Jesus get his message out? I hate to say it, like
That
how did,
part.
I mean,
Come
let's
on
just say
now.
it. How did he talk about his message? You know, how did he
Exactly.
communicate himself? You notice, yeah, he had a team, but these are all things that we have to think about when it really comes to marketing, number one. And then you have within marketing, you have different components of marketing. Selling and marketing, you know, you got marketing, then you got selling, then you got branding, then you got this and you got that. You got all these moving parts. And but ultimately it starts with that original foundation from business setup. You got your paperwork right, everything's
Mm-hmm.
looking good. You have a purpose and a mission, so you know what to talk about. You establish yourself by having business credit. It helps develop relationships on the business end to get your message out and for people to have your back, whether that's, you know, you getting paper supply from Uline, that they still supporting your business, you know,
Right.
building up a management team, so, or an administration team, so that once people do come in, your business is growing. It's not swelling. It's a big difference. You twist our ankle. I played basketball. My ankle swelled up. It got bigger. It didn't grow though. So your businesses do that same thing, and then taking that business that, but you have a team in place now to take on all of those people, and then now you're able to market your message. You're able to
Exactly.
go to a specific, you're able to mark it, you know exactly what you're doing. But a lot of times you don't know where to go because we don't like to do business plans. Well, guess what's in a business plan? Well, who are you talking to? Who's your target audience? You
Right.
see how it builds on top of each other, and it has to go in an order. So the marketing, I really really enjoy. I'm kind of passionate about that part because I just
Yes.
love people. I just like
Yeah, me
talking to
too.
people. So yeah, that's one thing about it. But we're thinking about growing something on that sales aspect, because I think a lot of people have lost that art of what true salesmanship is. And having over 15 years of experience in the sales industry, from Kirby vacuum cleaners. You imagine going door to door, knocking on people's doors and selling them a $3,000 vacuum machine and they didn't know you
Yes.
coming. So
That's
you
hard.
see, and this is just my story. We all have stories.
Mm-hmm.
You might have gone through something. If you're looking at this right now, you've gone through something that people be like, how you do that? But it's just they've been setting
Yes.
you up, or you've gone through things. You know, it's just setting you up for it's just another tool in your tool belt that helps you find your purpose and your passion even more. So marketing just happened to be mine, and I'm just intrigued about it. I'm very, very intrigued about it. So we're gonna
That's
talk more
awesome.
about that sales process probably
Well,
pretty soon. I'll release it to the group first.
yeah, release it to the group. Let's do a trial run and see how everybody needs it. So
Right.
all of our KBBU alumni, get ready because we're gonna be reaching out to you so we can do the trial run with you. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure this is gonna be beneficial to the degree that it will help you to make that transition from marketing into sales and actually complete the whole transaction. And I'll be there. Me and AJ are gonna be doing this together. So I'm gonna put the spotlight on him though, so he can handle that with that 15-year experience. Okay, but listen, let's talk about some objections real quick, and then we can close on out because we got some other graduates
Right, right,
graduating
right.
today.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about that. The things, the inhibitions. What are some of the things that would cause someone not to actually move forward with this opportunity?
Listen, a lot of people they might say, "Oh well, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I got to talk to my wife, yada yada yada." Not a bad thing, but I say this because life is going to happen. A lot of times, I I had to make a decision for me. Like, what did
Mm-hmm.
I want to do for what I want to go to? I have this knowledge, I have this understanding, but how am I going to apply it?
Apply it.
How am I going to apply it? Well, going back, I had to invest in me. When I invested in me, I was able to sit down and map out what does AJ need, because
Mm-hmm.
what was going to be good for AJ is going to be a trickle effect down to my kids.
That's right.
But I didn't, my kids, my family, and everything. So now I'm sitting there like, okay, I need to spend this money, but remember, I don't have the money. Finances, budgeting, I don't do any of that. Okay, well, let's make a plan on how we can do that. That's how I had to take it all the way back. You might have to do that for yourself, or you might just be
Mm-hmm.
balling out of control where you can pay money and just, here, I'm
Not
done
even
with it.
worry about it.
But it's not the point. Now, let's talk about like how you can take this seed and
Right.
really have it manifested, because a lot of people, they might invest in programs and
Mm-hmm.
things like that, but once they invest that seed in that program, it's never cultivated right, it's never nurtured, it's not
Yes.
done right. So just know, just speaking from this, from where I've come from, you have to invest in yourself. Number
You
one,
do.
invest in yourself. And you have to say that, okay, I don't have enough time. Well, you have to ask yourself, well, why don't I have enough time? Why really
Most
don't I don't? Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, most people have more time than they do money. So if that is the problem, if
That
you have a
part.
money problem, then you need to definitely take the time and see the value at the end of the road. Look at it
Hmm.
from the end instead of at the beginning of
Absolutely.
what you don't have. Stop looking at, what is missing, and start
Hmm.
thinking about the things that you're going to be gaining at the end of the process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, some people, they might say, well, I might have to talk to my spouse, talk to this. Absolutely. Talk to them. Be careful who you
Please,
share your ideas with, though. That's what one thing we learned in week one as
who you
well,
with?
too. Who you with. I'm
That's
telling you,
it.
when I'm telling, these are principles that hold true. See, a principle is going to hold true no matter what, but ultimately it's that decision. Listen, one thing that I would say, God gave us something called a will, a free will.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we sit and we allow that will to stop us from something that is going to be, that's could possibly manifest something beautiful, something generational, something that's going to build your family, build your community, build your city, build your country, build your nation, build this planet, build this entire universe. But we allow that will or that ego to get in the way. Imagine that idea that's sitting in your head right now. Imagine how big that idea can be. Everything that we see, from this camera to the screen, whether you're looking at this on a phone or a computer, came from an idea.
That's right.
What are you going to do with it? There's nothing more
Yes.
powerful in this world than an idea. But what separates those who just have the ideas from those who actually manifest these things, from those who actually make these things happen, from those who put the people in the right place, is the action.
It's the action.
It's just the action. So take action no matter what that is, whether you gotta talk to your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband. Absolutely. Whether you got the collective or whatever you have to do, just take action on that idea that's gonna continue to eat at you. You know what idea I'm talking about. It's gonna continue to, because I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just let that idea be what it's meant to be, as long as
Yes.
it's in accordance with the right thing.
That's right. That's right. I think that a lot of people are really just fearful, like
Mm,
that we allow fear to take over. We allow distractions. We allow, people like our families are pulling at us left and right, and we don't know how to
mhm,
go about it, because we want to please our family, we want to please our spouses, we want to please our children, and we have this big idea, but we really don't know how to make that transition,
mhm,
because what we don't understand is that in the process, you're going to have times where you're going to go at it alone.
mm,
You're going to have times where it's just going to be you and maybe your mentor, your
mhm.
coach, or whoever. It's going to be just a couple of people in the trenches with you. The
Right.
family is not going to be able to get the kind of the experience that you want them to have of having a luxurious business, or having a business that's a multi-million dollar company, or having a company that is global, international. You can't get to that point if you're not willing to separate yourself,
Mm,
because your family does not have the same vision that you
mm.
have. They don't have the same desire. God gave each and every one of us different desires, different plans, different skills, talents, and
Right.
gifts. So why would we expect that our family is supposed to be so supportive? They're supposed to be so on board. They're supposed to understand everything that we understand. That's usually not how it goes, AJ. I
Right.
promise. It just
Right.
doesn't happen that way. So
Right.
we really need to first understand, when it comes to the fear of
Mhm,
stepping out in faith, that it's literally your faith. It's not your spouse's faith. It's not your parents' faith. It's not your children's faith. It's your faith. So you
mm.
have to make the decision that you're willing to go at it alone with your mentor, with your coach. If you come to KBBU, we already said in one of the previous graduates session that we're in it for life. Like,
That's
we
right.
ain't going nowhere. As long as God give breath in my body, I'm here for you. I got students that call all the time from different walks of life, from different areas throughout the United States, and they're
Right.
calling and they're asking questions, even though they graduated. Even though they might have graduated in the first term, they still call him. Before they make a major move, they're going to consult their coach. Even the word talks about seeking counsel, wise
Mhm.
counsel. So this is something that we really have to grasp in our hands and say, hey, I really want to do this, and God has put this in my heart. So I'm going to step out on faith, and I'm going to go at it alone whenever I need to go at it alone. But I'm going to have my mentor and coach. See, you can't not have a mentor or a coach, somebody that's going to be in front of you, because
Mhm.
they've already been through what you're getting ready to go through. So you need someone to guide you. It's too many of us out here thinking that we can just do it completely by ourselves, without our family, without our friends, without anybody else.
That's right.
We're just trying to do it all by ourselves, and that's impossible.
Mm.
It's only going to take us so far, is what I'm saying. It's not impossible to the degree that you can't be successful. I'm just saying that you would have a greater outcome if you would just have a mentor, because a mentor can help guide you. Just like the Holy Spirit guides us, the
Mhm.
mentor can actually guide you into the right direction. They can steer you left if you need to go left, if they see you leaning towards the right. They can steer you And okay, well, take that opportunity or don't take that opportunity. Why? Because they can see from different angles. See, they are above the forest. You're in the forest looking at the trees. So when it comes to us and breaking down that fear, listen, you're just going to have to step out in the faith and believe that God wouldn't put something in you that he wouldn't already finish.
That's right. It's time to be courageous, y'all. That's what it comes down to. And that's one of the classes that we go through as well too. Like, well, what's the opposite of fear?
We ain't gonna give them that one now. We ain't gonna give them that
Oh,
one.
I ain't gonna tell. I mean, that's just something to think about.
Yes.
What's the opposite of fear?
Yeah. What is it?
That's just something to kind of think about, and we really dive deep into that, at KBBU, because a lot of people might be fearful. A lot of people might feel that, okay, well, the only way I'm able to succeed is my family got to be on board. You're gonna have to step out there, like you said, Michelle. You're gonna have to step out there, and that you'll be so surprised on the other side of that fear. It's so beautiful.
It
Like,
is.
seriously, on the other side of that fear, like, so many opportunities open up because you were able to be, courageous.
Yes.
And step outside of the norm. And like I said, once you get on the other side of that, you can't unsee something. And it's going to make you can't miss something that you ain't ever had.
That's right.
It's in you somewhere. So it's just like, well, how do I connect more with that? So that's just something to think about. Like, what is the opposite of fear? And then, yeah, that was good, Michelle. I like that one.
Appreciate it.
That was good.
The thing is that we got to do today what others won't, so we can have tomorrow what others usually aren't able to have.
That's right.
You cannot do the same thing over and over expecting a different outcome. It just doesn't work that way. It's called insanity. So we got to make a change, and we got to make a change today. So what are you waiting for? Here's the information: www.kbbullc.com. Give us a call at 855-KBBULLC.com, or in other words, 855-522-7552. Hit us up. We'll be glad to help you. Go ahead and get your application rolling so you can enroll into the August fall course. Listen, we're ready. We're ready for you. Take that opportunity.
Let's go. Let's go.
Don't waste no time. Yes, yes. Well, I think that just kind of wraps everything up. AJ, did you have anything else for the audience?
Oh man, guys, listen. This is life-changing information. It's definitely taking not only my personal, not only my business life, but my personal life to a whole nother level. So definitely enroll for the next course. I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm gonna be there. What about you?
All right. What about you?
Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all take
also,
care.
I meant to say, you can make sure you can reach out to me on any social media platform. It's just Alvin Haley Jr. on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those sites. Connect with us. And Michelle, I'm pretty sure she has all her taglines, but we're real people. We're not, this ain't no automated type thing. This is a real conversation. And that just lets you know how serious we are about this. So can't wait to meet you all.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. Please hit up Mr. Alvin Haley Jr. on all of his handles, and definitely you know how to reach us, KB Michelle Green, on everything, every platform that's out there that exists pretty much. Okay. And we'll be back later on this evening to see you all with another graduate. Thank you for your time, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.